What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another collaboration beer. This time between the Riots Trees Brew Company, and they are headquartered in Johnson City, New York, and the Prison City Pub and Brewery, and they're out of Auburn, New York, and this is their Riots Trees Friends Things. So they're calling this one an Oat Cream IPA that comes in at 7.1% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 6 weeks old. So it's been almost a year since I've reviewed a beer from Riots Trees on the channel, and that is absolutely unacceptable. We get a ton of beer from Riots Trees every week or two here in the Buffalo, New York area. So the fact that I have not featured them this year on the channel is just, it's on me. Absolutely terrible job by me. The last time I reviewed a beer from them was, I think it was late December of last year, so almost a year. So recently I was like, you know what, I haven't reviewed anything from them this year. We're going to pick something up. And then I saw this, a collab between them and Prison City. And it's an Oat Cream IPA made famous here in New York State by Other Half, one of my favorite breweries, period. So I'm curious to see what they do with an Oat Cream IPA. And for the hops in this one, they're using Simcoe, Mosaic, Citra, LupoMAX, and then Mosaic Cryo. So yeah, I'm curious about this one. We're going to crack it open and get in the glass. They're also obviously using oats and lactose, hence the Oat Cream moniker. And yeah, relatively fresh, is 6 weeks old. Picked it up a couple weeks ago. It's been in my fridge, and we're using the hashtag proper glassware. Ooh, that's very light, 7.1%. Kind of expect to be a bit lighter, but that's definitely light. Try to get a good head generated there, and we'll see. So yeah, see a lot of the, that tastes pretty good. See a lot of the like shirts and stuff, all that have this, and you know, like friends and blah, blah, blah. And when I saw this label, I was like, okay, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go based on the two breweries and the label. We'll give it a go. Anyway, yeah, that has that murky hop custard look to it. More of like a honey orange kind of color. Has about a finger to a finger and a half of a super, absolutely dense and creamy looking off-white head. That looks like, honestly, wow, that looks like whipped cream. I don't know how it's gonna come off on camera, but in the hashtag proper glassware, it looks fucking phenomenal. This looks like a picture perfect Oat Cream IPA, New England IPA, hazy IPA. This is kind of, I think, what everybody would want. Hold it up to the light, can't see anything through it. A little bit of, you know, lighter like orange color right here, like an orange juice color. That looks fucking phenomenal. Just like appearance, aesthetically pleasing. Nose, very nice. OJ for days, like a very concentrated orange juice, tangerine juice kind of nose. Little bit of like a sweeter pineapple, like a crushed pineapple. And then dank berries. Hello, Mosaic, dank berry. So there's a berry character, like a mixed field berry kind of character that then gives off to this like really nice dank kind of aroma. It smells really good. Holy shit. Yeah, the fucking nose is phenomenal. Plain and simple. The nose is immaculate for an Oat Cream IPA, New England IPA, hazy IPA. Just smells awesome. Let's get into it. Cheers, everyone. That's really tasty. That's really tasty. Off the first rip, though, something is gonna stop this from getting a pretty high score. And let me take another sip before I start talking out of my mouth sideways. My throat's making noises, if you heard that. Yeah. So I really dig this. Flavor-wise, it's fucking superb. It's not overly complex, but what's here is so tasty. It's so good. It's too sweet. That's the thing stopping it off the first two sips from getting a crazy high rating, because this is flavor-wise spectacular for a 7% or 7.1% IPA. It's fucking just superb. I do think, unfortunately, the lactose is probably giving it a bit too much sweetness. Body mouthfeel. 7.1%, this is medium. Maybe a skosh over medium. Appropriate. The mouthfeel is really nice. It's not spectacular. A lot of Oat Cream IPAs and double IPAs have had in the past, whether it's from Other Half or other breweries. You know, they're upper echelon. This is not, but this is still really nice. It's smooth. It's creamy. Has a softness. It's mild to moderately carbonated, so there is a soft kind of feeling. But it's just not, you know, top tier, but it's still really nice. The taste is superb. And again, it's not overly complex. First thing that hits me up front, There's a little bit of like a doughy, kind of bready malt character. Dives right underneath the palate. And then right after that, waves of orange and tangerine juice. It's actually juicy. It's sweeter. It's like OJ. It's like tangerine juice. That hits me at the front of the palate. Carries through. There's a nice little, you throw in a touch of like a crushed pineapple, an overripened pineapple, a sweeter pineapple, and then that mixed berry thing hits. And it's not that big. It's very subtle, but it's there. And again, it's like a mixed field berry. You could just get a bunch of mixed red berries in front of me. I don't know what they are, but like I could tell it's a berry. I couldn't specify. That's kind of where it is. But on the second half of the palate, it has this dankness. There's this dank, like grassy kind of floral feeling. And a lot of times when I get that, I then get like some kind of bitterness, whether it's a mild bitterness or a moderate bitterness, or even like a substantial dryness. And nothing really accompanies that dank kind of floral feeling. It kind of has a very slightly like semi-dry finish, but there is almost no bitterness to speak of right now. And that's a shame. There's a little bit of like a vanilla tinge that's omnipresent, probably from the lactose. But it doesn't give me straight orange creamsicle vibes because it's not big enough. It's still more just that OJ and tangerine juice. The problem, like I love almost everything about this aside from the sweetness. And after drinking, probably 4 ounces of this already, maybe even a little bit more, I know halfway through this, it's going to be too sweet because there's nothing to break up the monotony of the sweet, juicy fruit and malt character at the beginning. And the malt character is not even that big, but it wouldn't be too sweet if there was something to balance it out. But the front of the palate, there's nothing stopping the sweetness. And that's a shame. And I feel like the lactose, while it's probably helping out with the body and the mouthfeel, it's really kind of, I hate the word killing in the sense, but it's like, it's stopping this beer from being. This is a very good beer that could have been great for me personally. That said, I really fucking still like it. I think I'm going to be able to drink the rest of this, but I think the last 3 or 4 ounces, I'll just be like, I might chug it, just to get it down. It's kind of similar to, I've mentioned this before, like having a pastry stout or a pastry sour or a smoothie sour where, you get halfway through it and you're just like, man, it's just too much. It's just too rich, too sweet. This is cloying to some degree. But this isn't as cloying as some of those aforementioned styles. It's just cloying in the fact that this is a 7.1% Oat Cream IPA, that it would make way more sense if this was 10%. And then I would understand it because, it's 10% and all that malt that you're using in it. It would make sense that it's sweet. 7.1%, you really can't taste it. Man, this is like the second beer in probably the last week that I'm sitting here apologizing for giving a good score. But if there was a substantial bitterness, I shit you not, for me personally, this is one of the best sub 7.5% beers. They're hop forward beers, I should say, that I've had this year. That's how good the flavors are in this one. It's not complex, but it's done extremely well. Just got to knock it down. So if there was a substantial bitterness, this is like a 4.75, 4.8. Like I'm being dead serious. But I'm going to knock it down like a half point. So I'm going to give the collaboration between Beer Tree and Prison City, their Riots and Trees and Friends and Things. I'm going to give this we'll go straight 4.25 out of 5. It's about the best I can do. It's still a really good score. Like, again, it's still a really good score. It's just, you might be able to tell the disappointment in my eyes for the fact that, this is a beer that, based on that aroma and then taking that sip and just being kind of wowed by the flavor, that the drinkability is impeded because it doesn't have the bitterness or dryness that I want to balance this out. Price point availability. Beer Tree, wherever you see them, definitely in New York State. I know they get outside of New York State. They might get on places like Tavor. I imagine almost every fucking brewery you can buy from their website. Depends on if they ship to you, but go to their website. You should be able to find out where they distro to. And then the price point, I paid $4.99 for this can. I'd imagine it's probably like $18 at the brewery, something like that. But $5 for that can, no problems at 4.25 out of 5. If it was balanced, fucking great deal. Honestly, at $5 a can, because if it was a 4.75, like, yeah, I would want a 4-pack in my fridge. Really disappointed. I thought the Simcoe would just maybe bring a nice bitterness or one of those, maybe even the Mosaic, give me that nice dank berry kind of finish that has, like a mild to moderate bitterness, almost none to speak of. Let me just go back in for a last sip just to make sure that I want to lock in that rating. Man, it's so fucking good. It's sweet. It's sweet. The lactose is just, I think, bringing a bit too much sweetness to this one. And the mouthfeel isn't, again, I said, fantastic for being an oat cream. It's still a really nice mouthfeel. I think the body's a little bit more impressive, but yeah. Anyway, if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about it. I'm drinking this one, like I said, right around 6 weeks old. By the time you see the review, probably like 6.5, 7 weeks old. So, you know, maybe I need to drink this one 6 days old. I don't know, but I feel like a lot of these beers, as long as they're kept cold, 2-3 months, you can definitely drink them. And 6 weeks is not a long time, so I don't think that age played a role in this one. But anyway, got to review some more Beer Tree and Prison City stuff as we move forward. Get a lot of their stuff here in the Buffalo, New York area, so that's on me. Anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.